Anybody know where James Gunn is at? I just want to talk. Hi y'all, Snarky J Cosplay here. So last night was a big night for DC news. Henry Cavill posted this statement to his Instagram. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. If you want, it's up on his Instagram, and James Gunn has also spoken about it, but the gist of it is that he is officially out as Superman. I know that I just made a video like a month or two ago when Black Adam came out hyping up the fact that the DCEU was heading in a new direction because of the fact that Henry Cavill was back as Superman and out as Geralt. And now apparently the guy is out of the cape, out of the wig, I don't even know what he's doing anymore. After he made a super heartfelt announcement on his Instagram about his return to being Superman and how he was so hopeful for his direction, it turns out that the guy is officially out of the job. Apparently the decision to put him in Black Adam and the decision to let him tell people that he was back as Superman was made before James Gunn and Peter Safran were made the heads of DC. So even though the fans, including myself, were pretty sure that we were going to be seeing Henry Cavill as Superman for the next few years, it turns out that with this change in leadership and this new direction DC seems to be heading in, which honestly to me looks like a train wreck, being that just a few days ago we also heard that Wonder Woman 3 was canned, and granted, they made it seem like Wonder Woman 3 as it stood being written and directed by Patty Jenkins was canned. The fact that we didn't hear much, if anything at all, from Gal herself about Wonder Woman being cancelled is, well, a little odd. It seems to me like new leadership at DC is doing what I've been saying they should do for years, a complete reboot. As it stands, the DCEU, or the DCU, whatever they're calling it this week, is pretty much in shambles. They've canceled a bunch of projects, including Batgirl and Wonder Woman 3. We don't know what's happening with that Flash movie since Ezra Miller is basically playing Grand Theft Auto in real life. Batfleck never got his own movie. Aquaman 2 isn't even out yet, and I don't really know who wants that anymore on account of the fact that Amber Heard is still Mara, and I don't think any of us want to watch that woman in anything. So as it stands, DC is a disaster, but I felt like that announcement of keeping Henry Cavill as Superman was like their one glimmer of hope. I honestly feel that Henry Cavill is one of the greatest actors to portray Superman. I think he's one of those actors that is both brilliant as Clark Kent and awesome as Superman. And I think letting him go is such a crime, which is honestly why I'm shocked by this announcement. I can't exactly criticize DC for keeping that Black Adam end credit scene, because at the end of the day, this change in leadership did happen after that film was released. But it honestly makes DC Studios look like it's being run by maybe a bunch of high schoolers that can't get their decisions straight. From what I can tell, I think the following is happening. I think they're just killing off every project, every single remnant of the Snyderverse and the DCEU as it stood before. I think they canceled Batgirl because they knew it was going to be a flop. I think they canceled Wonder Woman 3 not just because Patty Jenkins is awful at writing, but I think also they're probably heading in an entirely new direction with Wonder Woman. I said in my last video about DC that I was pretty sure that we were gonna see a recasting soon, and seeing Henry Cavill out as Superman pretty much confirms it for me. Interestingly enough, it seems like James Gunn and Peter Safran just want to take the franchise in a whole new direction. James Gunn actually put out his own statement after Henry Cavill put out his, and said that yes, Superman is actually on the slate for future DC projects, but they're planning on moving him in a younger direction. It's gonna be a younger version of the character, and that means they were not intending on using Henry Cavill. It seems like they're just rebooting the whole thing. We've lost Man of Steel 2, and we've lost our Superman. We've lost Wonder Woman 3, and I'm sure that we'll be losing Gal as Wonder Woman shortly. Mark my words, the news is coming. Ben Affleck has pretty much been out as Batman for who knows how long, so I don't really think anybody's counting on that. I don't think we're gonna be seeing much more of Ray Fisher's Cyborg, much more of Ezra Miller's Flash, thank God, or any more of Jason Momoa's Aquaman. I think that this announcement, seeing Henry Cavill go after he just said that he was gonna stay, I think this marks the end of the DCU as we know it. I think this is the end of the Snyderverse that everybody has been hoping to keep. Granted, I feel it makes a lot more sense to just knock all the dominoes down at once and tell us, hey, your faves, they're out the window, we're done, we're recasting. But it seems like James Gunn and co are planning on dragging it out nice and slow. We're just gonna have to sit back, relax, and watch as they kill off all the future projects we've been looking forward to and recast all our favorites. Honestly, I think Henry Cavill as the center of the DCEU as Superman was amazing. I can't believe they're recasting him. I've sat here and I've like racked my brain on people that I think could play Superman as well as Henry has. And maybe there's a couple of guys that look enough like him, like Matt Bomer for instance, but I don't think anybody's got that same energy and that same nerdy love for the character that Henry Cavill brought to the screen. I think this is a huge mistake, and I honestly have seen enough people sending angry missiles to James Gunn on Twitter that I think that this is gonna take a huge toll on DC's fan base in the future, because a lot of us are starting to feel alienated and like we're just watching our favorites fall apart because DC has no sense of direction so far. I'm hoping that something good comes out of this, that maybe they know what they're doing, but I don't know. I think firing Henry Cavill is very much a no-no. That's all from me. I've been Snarky J. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts on Henry Cavill being fired as Superman in the comments below.